Alright everybody, welcome back to another edition here of Monday Night Raw. How are y'all doing? My name is Dominic, of course, behind the commentary table, and we are kicking off this episode of Raw with the man who was unsuccessful at Survivor Series, going up against Finn Balor for the Universal Championship before taking a loss to the leader of the club. It's the leader of the Undisputed Era. It's none other than that man, Adam Cole, baby. As he makes his way to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, let me kind of gear you up for what we are going to see here tonight, because we got a lot of hot action to get through. First off, we're going to have Roderick Strong, one of the four members of the Undisputed Era, taking on Kalisto. We've got a huge big-time main event between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, and we've got King Booker explaining why Charlotte Flair, of all people, attacked Dakota Kai last week. However, right now there you see Adam Cole. Okay, we close out the show last week with the Undisputed Era and the club brawling all throughout the arena. So what does Adam Cole have to say to kick off this show? Well, as you just heard, ladies and gentlemen, it seems though Adam Cole is begging and pleading for a rematch against that man, the Universal Champion himself. Okay, of course, Adam Cole just mentioned that Finn Balor, he beat Adam Cole via a roll-up pinning predicament. Okay, some would say that a roll-up is typically a last measure, okay, a way for you to somehow eke out a victory. However, some would also argue that that roll-up means that you could not truly best your opponent on that day. Okay, sure, the record books will say that Finn Balor beats Adam Cole 1, 2, 3, middle of the ring. That is what happened. However, Adam Cole, he was caught off guard. Okay, Finn Balor, he took advantage of some leverage. He took advantage of Adam Cole in an unprepared state. And as such, Finn Balor beat Adam Cole. So what does Finn Balor have to say to that man right there? Well, okay then. Tag team titles for Universal Championship. What is Adam Cole gonna say? And oh god, wait a second, Finn Balor, Finn Balor had him in a 1916 position. Adam Cole strikes back, however. And oh god, here we go, these two men brawling right now. Adam Cole with the super kick there, right to the chin, echoing throughout the arena, and Finn Balor, just like always, running away from the danger. And there you see Adam Cole at the inside the ring, Finn Balor at the bottom of the ramp. It's been made official. Super Showdown is going to be a showdown between the two biggest factions on Monday Night Raw. The tag team titles will be on the line. And of course, the Universal Championship will be on the line. Super Showdown gearing up to be one hell of a show. However, what's going to be happening later on tonight, I mentioned it earlier. King Booker, the Raw General Manager himself, apparently has something to say in regards to Charlotte Flair's attack last week. And that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of last week, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns had a bit of a stare down with Tommaso Ciampa following Reigns' win over the current United States Champion. So, here tonight, our main event of the evening is going to be the big dog himself, Roman Reigns, taking on the Architect and his former Shield brethren in Seth Rollins. However, before we get into any of that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for some women's action. As there you see her, the woman who not only beat Carmella last week to kick off the show in very quick and dominating fashion, but also the very same woman who was attacked after her match by the incoming freight train known as the Queen herself, Charlotte Flair. It's Dakota Kai set for action as she's going to go one-on-one with the current Raw Women's Champion herself, Nia Jax. There you see Dakota Kai, she's set for action. This is going to be a very daunting task ahead of her. Sure, she might have Charlotte on her mind right now, but she cannot think about Charlotte. She cannot think about Carmella here tonight. She has to think about Nia Jax. We've seen how dominating Nia Jax has been lately. And tonight, Dakota Kai, there you see her. She's looking to stop the irresistible force herself. Of course, following this one, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I can't mention the women's division without constantly mentioning Charlotte, who took the world by storm last week. Okay, we're going to be hearing from King Booker following this matchup about the Charlotte debacle. However, right now, there you see, it's the leader of the Raw Women's Division herself, Nia Jax. She injured Asuka at SummerSlam in her return. She took the vacated Raw Women's title for herself at King of the Ring. And then, of course, at Survivor Series, she decided to opt out from any sort of appearance on that show, instead deciding to watch as Toni Storm and Shayna Baszler brawled for an opportunity to face Nia Jax and to take her Raw Women's Championship. So at Super Showdown, ladies and gentlemen, Nia Jax will be going up against the winner of that matchup, Toni Storm. However, Nia Jax is going to have to deal with Dakota Kai first. As the bell rings, let's get into it. As Dakota Kai immediately out of the gate with the kick right there. Of course, the captain of Team Kick. Oh, God, but it doesn't matter as Nia Jax. Okay, God damn it. She's the captain of this women's division. And she is deciding to steer the ship any way she damn well pleases. As right now, Dakota Kai is trying to fight back, however. Trying to go against this human tidal wave known as Nia Jax. But right now, Nia Jax is thrown into the corner and gets met with a running elbow there. And Dakota Kai climbs up to the top turnbuckle. She's got Nia Jax in her sights. Oh my God. One. No, and only a one count there. Okay, a coup de grace style double stomp from the top turnbuckle right to the pit of the stomach of Nia Jax. Yet it only gets a one count. And Dakota Kai, with another double stomp there, this time off the ground. As Nia Jax gets up from it, and oh God, there you see, what is this? Oh, look at, oh God, Nia Jax. Oh God, trying to crush Dakota's skull within her palms, as you just saw. Absolutely devastating. Just showing the raw power, and now Dakota Kai, oh God. I'm surprised she's even conscious right now, let alone trying to fight back, having the wherewithal to move out of the way of the incoming freight train known as Nia Jax, the irresistible force, the Raw Women's Champion. However, right now, the champion herself is picking up Dakota Kai. And oh God, there you see the raw power on display, oh my God. Dakota Kai dropping onto the middle rope there, absolutely punishing here, just tossing her across the ring there. As Nia Jax, there you see her laughing, just laughing at the pain she is bringing here tonight towards Dakota Kai. It's absolutely brutal, but Dakota Kai, there you see, having some sort of an offensive measure right now against Nia Jax, going for her here with these melee strikes. Oh God, but wait a second, she gets caught there. She gets caught there. Oh God, she gets a punch right to the face, and then another one for good measure. And now Nia Jax just crushing Kai into the corner before tossing her to the other side of the ring. Okay, no matter how much Dakota Kai fights here tonight, it seems as though Nia Jax, oh my God, just has an answer for everything. And of course that answer is always a feat of raw power and strength. As Dakota Kai, however, she has to use her technical ability. She has to use her high-flying prowess. And of course, her incredible kicks. They're combining the ladder there with that drop kick to the champion here tonight. Oh God, the champion herself drops down Dakota Kai. As Nia Jax now has Dakota Kai exactly where she wants her. What in the hell is this? Taking her down there right into the barricade. Absolutely brutal. The count of 3 by the referee, of course. And Nia Jax continues to fight, throwing her back into the ring. However, using the barricade, and then there you see, just dropping a knee right on the back of Dakota Kai as Kai goes for a kick to the gut there. But Nia Jax catches her, and then, oh God, catches her here. No, 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 no. Oh, connecting with the drop. The Samoan drop there. And the cover, 1, 2, 3. Nia Jax. Sir, Dakota Kai got a lot of offense in, but ladies and gentlemen, as you see, Nia Jax, just this unmatched power once again being put on display, and as such, Nia Jax, the Raw Women's Champion herself, proves why she is just that. Okay, she is the irresistible force. She is an unstoppable obstacle for anybody. You know, wait a second. Toni Storm, ladies and gentlemen, entering the ring. The next challenger as a slap to the face, and another one for good measure. And Toni Storm now, of course, these two have had their history over the past few weeks here on Monday Night Raw. As Toni Storm goes with the punches, goes with the strikes, but Nia Jax has her in the corner now. Trying to fight back, but there you see Toni Storm tosses her into the corner. Ew, and a vicious chop right to the chest of the champion. Of course, in a hard-fought victory there against Dakota Kai just a few moments ago, and Toni Storm looking to take advantage. Toni Storm on the attack. Of course, Nia Jax, no stranger to attacking Toni Storm. However, right now, Toni Storm now on the offensive, going after this absolute monster of a woman here in the Raw Women's Division. Kick right to the stomach. Tosses her to the outside. As Toni now seems to have something in mind. Oh, with the drop kick. As these two women are now brawling to the outside. Okay, I don't know where the security is, ladies and gentlemen, but it doesn't matter because I don't know how you could stop these two women. These two. Oh, God, these two. Oh, my God. These two forces from brutalizing each other. As there you just saw Nia Jax taking down Toni Storm with that Samoan drop, and just like that, like a brick wall to an incoming car, Nia Jax, oh God, puts a stop to Toni Storm. Jesus, and that powerbomb again on the bottom of the ramp, absolutely brutal. Well then, apparently a trade has been made. Okay then, I mean, I'm sorry to whoever was forced to leave Monday Night Raw, but hopefully they'll have greener pastures on the blue brand Friday Night SmackDown, but it seems as though a trade. Okay, we haven't particularly seen a trade in a very long time here in the WWE. Typically, it seems as though the drafted rosters stay drafted, but Edge and King Booker have apparently come to a decision. Charlotte is now on Raw, and apparently SmackDown has got themselves another female competitor. I wonder who that's going to be. However, right now, it is time for some singles competition as Roderick Strong, there you see him, 1/4 of the Undisputed Era, is set to take on Kalisto. Okay, Roderick Strong coming into this one knowing that he's got one hell of a main event matchup next week. 6-man tag team match featuring 3 members of the Undisputed Era and 3 members of the club. More on that after this matchup. But right now, Roderick Strong is going to have to be dealing with Raw's newest, fastest rising cruiserweight himself. None other than Kalisto. Okay, Roderick Strong, he requested this match because he does feel as though he has been a bit overlooked when it comes to the various members of the Undisputed Era. I mean, as we heard earlier on tonight, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish are scheduled to be at Super Showdown. Roderick Strong, he doesn't particularly get a championship matchup. Okay, he's instead, at least as of the moment right now, without a matchup at that event. And right now, Roderick Strong, he's feeling as though he's been a bit overlooked, and he has been kind of feeling that for some time. We've sort of seen it during the entrances of the Undisputed Era. Roderick Strong particularly doesn't have that same, how would you say, energy, that same joy on his face as the other members of the Undisputed Era. Former United States Champion Adam Cole going after the Universal Champion Adam Cole. The Tag Team Champions Kyle and Fish. And right now, Roderick Strong is going to go after Kalisto. Of course, that's no slouch to Kalisto, no slouch to Roderick Strong. However, I think Roderick Strong values himself as a bit of a higher and bigger commodity here on Monday Night Raw. But right now, Kalisto looking to take him back down to size with that super kick, echoing throughout the arena there. Of course, Kalisto has had a very interesting first few weeks as a singles competitor following the breakup of the Lucha Dragons, beating Sin Cara in a main event ladder match, having a damn good showing against Tommaso Ciampa at Survivor Series, but oh my god, he was just shown a brutal knee by Roderick Strong. And of course, Kalisto is also seeing success against Dolph Ziggler as of last week, but right now he's looking to gain some more success here against Roderick Strong. But Roderick Strong right now, the man in the gray and yellow attire here, is looking to stop the very bright and colorful Kalisto. However, right now Kalisto with the punch right to the face, and here we go, the strikes. The strikes by Kalisto now. Seems to have something in mind, turns him over into the cover now, 1. No, and only a 1 count, rolls him over, 1. No, and another 1 count there. Roderick Strong already seemingly having an answer for most things Kalisto throws at him. But right now, Roderick Strong is continuing the fight. Kalisto runs towards him there. As now Roderick Strong throws him to the outside through the ropes. Kalisto typically one to show off his high-flying prowess, but it seems as though it's now Strong who dives to the outside, feet first, onto the face of Kalisto. As Roderick Strong now, following the dive, goes for the cover here. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count. Roderick Strong, in my opinion, one of the most overlooked competitors here on Monday Night Raw, and I get that a lot of people like to throw around the phrase overlooked, but in my opinion, Roderick Strong, you know, I think he has a point when he's saying, hey, I'm one of the best competitors here on Monday Night Raw. And right now, Roderick Strong showing that he is just that. Okay, the Messiah of the backbreaker going after the lower spine. However, you gotta remember, Kalisto, also a fairly overlooked competitor in his own right. Sure, he was fighting for the United States Championship against Tommaso Ciampa, but he put up one hell of a fight as he takes him down there with a Hurricane Rana. Goes to the cover now. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. I think we've seen just how good Kalisto has been over these past few weeks. Okay, leaving the Lucha Dragons. Or should I say, being forcefully taken out of the Lucha Dragons due to Sin Cara's attack. Oh, God, as now it's Kalisto who's on the attack here, going after Roderick Strong with the strikes. Okay, Kalisto has had to force himself to become a huge commodity here on Monday Night Raw. He's had to force people to watch and see exactly what he can do. As right now, Roderick Strong is on the ground on the outside, and Kalisto flies out there to join him over the top rope there. Okay, we saw Roderick Strong do a bit of a dive earlier. Kalisto now saying, hey, you know what? If you want to talk about who in this matchup has mastered the air more, well then look no further. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. However, that big dive to the outside did not grant him a victory, at least not of yet. As now, oh wait a second, Roderick Strong goes for a chop. And Kalisto, no, wait a second. Oh, it looked like he was going for a bit of a roll-up pinning predicament, but instead he turns it into a massive kick to the side of the head. And right now, these two men go into war as a kick right to the stomach. And then a punch to the face by Roderick Strong. Oh, God, and then there you see the impressive power by Roderick on display. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. Okay, there's a reason his last name is Strong, ladies and gentlemen. You just saw it. The incredible power, but of course, he's also got a lot of intense technical ability. And of course, as you saw earlier on, he does have a wide array of high-flying maneuvers in his arsenal. Kalisto, he is the master here on Monday Night Raw when it comes to high-flying maneuvers, and that's saying something. Oh! When you've got the likes of Rey Mysterio on the same damn roster, as there you see, just out of nowhere, turns into a Hurricane Rana. Okay, a lot of people have drawn a lot of similarities between Kalisto and Rey Mysterio. However, right now, Kalisto puts Roderick Strong on the top turnbuckle, seems to have something in mind, goes for, oh my God! Jumps up, goes for some sort of Frankensteiner, but instead he just gets kicked down by Roderick. That absolutely looked devastating, just falling to the ground. However, right now, Roderick Strong looking to, oh God, take advantage. Takes him down, drops him stomach first onto the knees. 1, 2. No, and again, only a 2 count. But my God, that fall by Kalisto. Okay, of course, it's high risk, high reward, but he did not gain any of the benefits from that attempted Frankensteiner off the top. And right now, oh, Roderick Strong goes for a running attack of his own. Kalisto goes after the legs, however. But there you see Strong gets out of it, kicks him off. And then, oh God, has him. Oh, and he connects there. The knees to the back and the cover. 1, 2, 3. The end of Heartache leads to the end of this matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot sit here and say that it was a dominating win for Roderick Strong. Okay, Kalisto definitely had a lot of heart, had a lot of fight in this matchup. But in the end, okay, one fatal mistake by Kalisto, going for some sort of a top rope Hurricane Rana, setting him up. Okay, trying to jump from the ground to the neck, to the head, trying to trap him between the thighs, take him down perhaps with the Hurricane Rana, but instead, off the top turnbuckle, but instead, Kalisto was met with a kick by Roderick Strong, dropping down hard onto the mat, but then, of course, Roderick Strong gained the victory following that devastating fall by Kalisto. However, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Kalisto, next week his former Lucha Dragons partner and now his bitter rival Sin Cara will be in action. He's going to go one-on-one with the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. It's set to be a good one, and I can't wait to see what happens. And also, ladies and gentlemen, of course, that's not all, as next week, Charlotte Flair will be returning here following that impactful debut that King Booker decided to describe it as. Okay, it's going to be Charlotte returning next week to Monday Night Raw. What is she going to have to say? There's only one way to find out, as the Queen returns. And of course, I mentioned it during Roderick Strong's entrance going into his match against Kalisto a few moments ago. We're going to be watching as Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong are looking to team up in a 6-man tag team battle against Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and AJ Styles. The Undisputed Era versus the Club. The faction war continues. However, if you want to talk about factions, if you want to talk about dominating stables, look no further than 2 of the 3 members of the Shield that will be battling here tonight in our main event of the evening. Of course, the Shield, one of the most dominating groups in all of professional wrestling history. But right now, it's time to see which one of these 2 men will leave here knowing that they are the better individual and, of course, the #1 contender for the United States Championship. It's Roman Reigns taking on Seth Rollins. High stakes and highly interesting main event. Of course, former Shield members, they are best friends backstage, okay, incredibly great friends backstage, but right now, they're gonna have to put their friendship to one side, because tonight it's all about the United States Championship. It's all about who is better between these 2 titans here in the WWE. Okay, and let's kick off the conversation with that man, Roman Reigns. Okay, Roman Reigns, he beat Tommaso Ciampa last week in a non-title matchup, shocking the world, spearing him basically out of his boots before Seth Rollins decided to interrupt his victory celebration and have a bit of a stare down with Roman, and of course, the United States champion Tommaso Ciampa perhaps setting his sights on becoming the next champion. However, now let's turn our attention to the man himself, Seth Rollins. Of course, Seth Rollins, one of the greats here on Monday Night Raw, an incredible technical wrestler, an incredible high flyer, and he's got a lot of power for a man of his size. Seth Rollins is coming into this one. He knows he's one of the best. Okay, he went toe-to-toe with Finn Balor in a tremendous Iron Man environment. Both men went into that matchup, and Seth Rollins, he was so close to becoming the new Universal Champion all those months ago at No Mercy. Okay, both men battled, they brawled, they fought, but then, of course, the timer set up by, of course, the Iron Man stipulation cost Seth Rollins his chance to become Universal Champion. However, perhaps tonight, he could defeat Roman Reigns and get his chance at becoming the United States Champion. Okay, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, great friends. Okay, even this time last year, they were the ones battling the Undisputed Era alongside Dean Ambrose, now Jon Moxley, before he decided to leave the WWE, following his match against that man, Seth Rollins, back at WrestleMania, one hell of a classic. However, Roman Reigns also made history at that same WrestleMania event, winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Okay, these 2 men are not without their accolades. However, right now we're looking to see which one of these 2 will go on to fight Tommaso Ciampa for the United States title. Seth Rollins in the black and gold. Roman Reigns, he's just going all black and gray, baby. And here we go. Roman and Seth staring each other down now. Main event of the evening. It's looking to be a classic, as Rollins and Roman's immediately into the lockup. Seth Rollins obviously having the technical advantage, having him in a headlock, but Roman Reigns with the power advantage coming into this one. Okay, Seth Rollins, he is a technician, he is a high flyer. That is what he's predominantly known for. Roman Reigns, of course, he's a powerhouse, he's a brawler. A bit of a clash of styles between these 2. And Seth Rollins now, there you see, looking to put his technical prowess on display, taking down the big man, the big dog, Roman Reigns. He's got him in the arm lock here. Over right now, Roman Reigns, oh, there you see, striking back, using his power and quickness to get up and catch him there, taking down Seth. Oh, God, but there you see Seth Rollins now with the drop kick. Okay, Roman Reigns still in his Shield vest, of course. As now, oh, wait a second, he gets up. Seth Rollins trying to go for a stomp there. Roman Reigns taking a few seconds on the mat. Oh, As now Rollins goes for a discus. Oh, but instead he lands the forearm that time. And then he takes down Roman Reigns. Here we go. Turns it down. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count goes for the cover. However, the Roman Reigns kicks out of it. Off with a driver now. However, Seth Rollins, he goes behind him. Goes for a punch. Gets caught in the ropes. Oh, but now it's Roman Reigns who goes over them. As Seth Rollins uses his momentum to his own advantage, using Roman Reigns' speed, trying to run towards Seth. As now Seth, with the dive to the outside, with his own agility put on display there, flying onto Roman, throws him back into the ring here. As now Seth goes up to the top turnbuckle, and he flies down hard onto Roman Reigns. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count following the splash. However, oh god, there you see Roman Reigns, he just gets up. Roman Reigns, he just gets up. Both men have a lot of heart. However, Roman Reigns now showing that he has a lot of power there with the drop. Taking him down dead center middle of the ring here. Goes for a stomp. Seth Rollins goes for a running attack. Once again, showing his own quickness and agility. But right now, Roman Reigns catches him. Okay, just like a fly to a fly swatter, Roman Reigns, there you see, trying to squash Seth Rollins here tonight, leading into a potential match for the United States Championship against Tommaso Ciampa. Goes for the cover now. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count on Seth. Both men know that this is going to be one hell of a battle here, a war perhaps. However, here tonight, for these two men, they have to put their friendship to a side. It's all about the United States title, as I said earlier. However, right now, Roman Reigns, shows his power. Very quick into the Irish whip, bouncing off the turnbuckles there. However, does Seth Rollins as he goes for another strike. Roman Reigns catches him there, and you do not want to get into an exchange of punches with Roman Reigns. Goes for perhaps a running clothesline. However, instead, Seth tries to turn it. Discus, forearm strike again. However, and again, Roman Reigns counters him. Puts him up. Top turnbuckle position. This is not going to look good for Seth Rollins. Not at all. As Seth, he's up. And Roman Reigns, oh my god. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count there. Just dropping him. And oh god, wait a second. Now it's Seth who gets up. And he hits him with the forearm strike. And now Seth Rollins, I don't know what's got into him. Okay, that looked like a nasty fall. However, now it's Roman Reigns who falls to the mat. But Reigns gets up, goes for another, perhaps, running clothesline. But Seth turns it around. And then, oh god, he turns around into that. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. A Salida del Sol style maneuver. He calls it the Seth Walker. However, Seth Rollins flew into that pinning predicament, but it didn't get the job done as Seth bounces him off the ropes, jumps over again, goes for a kick, and connects right to the chin of Roman. As Seth Rollins now waits for Roman to get up, and you gotta think these two men are good friends, and they are just going to war right now. You do not want to be on an enemies list with either of these two. Okay, these are friends, and they're just brawling. As right now, Roman hits him there. Connects with the Superman punch, and the cover. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. A Superman punch, however, it seems as though Seth Rollins somehow, just like Lex Luthor himself, always finds a way to get back up. However, right now, that is not to say Seth Rollins is anything like big old Lex. However, right now, Roman Reigns, oh my god, he ain't thinking about comic book references. He's thinking about how much that must have goddamn hurt with the buckle bomb, the power bomb into the corner. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. As these two men just hitting each other with seemingly their best moves. However, right now, neither man willing to quit. As Seth throws Roman into the corner now. As now there you see Roman Reigns, however, fighting back. Okay, Seth a bit hurt perhaps. Okay, following that Superman punch. Oh my god, but it seems as though he might be even more hurt now with the spear. 1, 2, 3. No, and he gets the shoulder up. Spear out of freaking nowhere. and yet Seth Rollins kicks out. Oh God, and then right to the arm. Okay, Roman Reigns immediately back on the assault here tonight. Realizes that spear, even though it did not get the job done, might just be the turning point for him here in this matchup. However, Seth Rollins, oh wait a second, following the spear, puts Roman Reigns up on the top turnbuckle. Seems to have something in mind. And oh God, Roman, you don't want to be there, Seth Rollins. Okay, he's a little bit slow to get up there. He's a little hurt, obviously. A little banged up as now the superplex connects. And oh God, Seth pulling out all the stops here with the Falcon Arrow. And the cover, 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. My God, both men hitting each other with seemingly their best moves here tonight. As Reigns, okay, he rolls to the outside wisely, or perhaps not so wise as Seth joins him, splashing down, using those ropes to his advantage, flying to the outside onto Roman Reigns, as now Seth runs in here, gaining control right now with the curb stomp there, with the exclamation point perhaps, and the cover of the curb stomp. 1, 2, no, and now it's Roman Reigns who kicks out. My God, what is it gonna take for either of these two to lose this fight that we are witnessing here? Okay, Roman Reigns kicking out Seth Rollins, kicking out of the spear, and there you see, oh, Roman Reigns, he is fired up. He is fired up. I don't know what's gotten into him, but now it's Seth Rollins who's fired up now, but Roman Reigns immediately takes him down there. Oh, with that trifecta of clotheslines. And now Roman Reigns feeling the energy coursing through his veins right now. Feeling the energy coursing through the crowd right now as Roman Reigns sending shockwaves of energy into the chin, into the face of Seth with those punches. And there you see Roman Reigns doing what he knows best with those punches. However, Seth Rollins trips him there. And now he, uses those ropes again to his advantage. This time having Roman Reigns trapped in them. However, Seth Rollins ducks underneath that clothesline again. As Seth goes for a punch. Oh, but he hits him that time. Okay, missing the first one, but he guaranteed that he would not miss the second one. As Reigns is down, Seth seemingly has something in mind here. Going to fly, perhaps. And it goes again, and it connects. And then, oh God, wait a second. What the hell? Oh my God. German suplex on the bottom of the ramp. Well, the bell has just been called. Okay, a disqualification has just happened. What in the hell? This match has just been thrown out. As now, oh God, Seth is in a powerbomb position, and there you see just being lifted after such a hard-fought matchup between himself and Roman Reigns as the powerbomb connects. As now Roman gets picked up. What in the hell is happening? What is Samoa Joe doing out here? Samoa Joe, he's not particularly targeting Seth. He's targeting both men. What in the hell? This is a main event. It looked to be gearing up to be a classic. But right now, Samoa Joe takes him down with the Muscle Buster. And Reigns is down. Samoa Joe continuing the assault on both of these former Shield members. As now, Samoa Joe, oh my God, bouncing him off the barricade before sending him face first, crashing into the turnbuckle post. As Samoa Joe, why in the hell is he ruining this match? Why in the hell is he even out here? I have no idea. However, Samoa Joe, there you see, in the ring, and he just kicks him right in the gut. What in the hell? Continuing this onslaught here tonight against Seth and Roman. Okay, just continuing this attack. There seems to be no end in sight as another muscle buster perhaps. This time connecting to Seth Rollins. However, Roman Reigns now, he gets up. Roman gets up and Seth Rollins is down. But Samoa Joe is still standing. And now he's continuing the fight. Okay, both men still incredibly hurt, Roman and Seth. And Samoa Joe just adding more punishment. The disrespectful, oh God, kicks right to the face to Roman. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as Monday Night Raw comes to a close, we are closing out this episode with more questions than answers. Samoa Joe attacking both Seth and Roman. Why in the hell did he do that? I have no idea.